Guys, back to league action. It's tough, but deserved in the end 1-0 victory here at Phoenix. Jamie, what are your thoughts on that?
I thought the first half we struggled to get to grips with their shape a little bit. Took us a while to get into the game, although we then had a number of opportunities on the counter-attack and it just wasn't quite connecting in the final third. Frustrated at half-time, if I'm honest with you, with some individual performances, and I thought collectively in the second half there was only one team that was looking like they were going to win the game. And I thought we were on the front foot. I thought the changes sparked a little bit of bit more pressure and a little bit more excitement in the final third, and obviously Jesse's come on and deservedly got the winning goal. So it was a second half, a much better performance collectively, and I thought defensively today, I just picked out Will Thomas. I thought he was colossus today at the back. I thought he was absolutely outstanding, and he has been all season, to be fair. He's been a real standout player for us this year, but he won all his duels, and he just kept us focused at the back, because you worry with the amount of pressure that we had in the second half that they're going to break on the counter-attack and maybe nick a goal, but they were a lot more better in terms of being locked in defensively, and I thought we deserved the win, especially for the second half performance.
Yeah. And I thought from the side there was a few murmurings from the supporters. In the first half we just looked a bit off the pace, a bit slow. Any thoughts about why that might have been? Or?
I said to Jamie during the first half, all of our senior players were in the bottom end of the pitch today. We were very young and sort of, I mean, Shafes is not young, but he's not the sort of kind of an organiser in midfield, so we lacked that, and obviously without Daltz being in there, and obviously there was no Granty or no Healy in the starting lineup in terms of the front areas, so just felt that we were a little bit quiet and a little bit like when certain things are happening, it took us too long. But we got some information into the players partway through the first half, and then I thought, as we got to grips with we knew what they were going to do, but they only done it from one side today. Normally they do it from both sides, but they changed personnel slightly, so a little bit of in-game, and sometimes when we haven't got a lot of senior players on the pitch, the in-game decisions and the in-game information, they rely on us too much, and without one or two of those senior players on the pitch today, that probably was a little bit to do with it. But once we got the information in at half-time, like Jamie said, I thought second half, I thought we were excellent. I thought we was on the front foot. They couldn't really play through us because we got the press right. They've had to go long, which suits us with our centre halves. And then second half, I thought Brad Wallage was excellent, as was Finn and Shafes, doing things that they're probably not known for. So yeah, I thought that was probably part of the reason for the first half. But other than that, and then you have to give the opposition credit as well. I think you've got to give them some credit. They started the game quite well, and when we were saying at half time it's 0-0, we're away from home, there's no need to panic. Like there's nothing wrong with that. The game's 95 minutes long. We'll win the game, and obviously that proved to be right.
Yeah, definitely they are a decent side, and the results probably haven't shown that so much recently, but they'll be there or thereabouts, won't they, come the end? Absolutely. And you mentioned there, I thought Finn Cotton works so hard in that Daltz role, which is not natural to him, really, is it? And he's changed. His game has changed so much over the last year. There were great signs there, and him and Brad, I thought, looked really good as they got going. Sort of maybe 25, half an hour in, started to run the game a little bit from midfield when we did have possession. So, how are you feeling about their progress together?
Yeah, really good. You know, we've kind of had to roll the dice a little bit not having Daltz in there, and he's been our main number 4 that sits in front of the back 4, the back 3, and we knew at times we'd missed, in terms of his aggression out of possession, picks up really good positions, and he obviously organises in front of him a little bit more as well. So I think Brad was a little bit slow in the first half. Even Finn Cotton started off quite slow. But the second half they were fantastic. They both got on the ball, made us tick, allowed us to play through midfield a lot more. And Brad showed last Saturday that he's just got that ability on the ball to find that final pass and thread balls through their back line. And I was really pleased. He's much better performance in the second half. And you just got to remember he's still a youngster, he's still learning the game. He's fresh out of Folkestone, and he's got such a great attitude that he's always asking questions. He wants to learn. He's always asking for feedback after performances that he's had. So, he's a massive addition for us, and it's good to come away from home. I've said it all week in the press. These are a good side. They've got really good individual players that, as we did last year, it's taking a little bit of time for them to gel. And I'm sure they'll be there or thereabouts in the playoffs come the end of the season with the ability that they've got here, and that is a fantastic 3 points away from home. And the most pleasing thing, as I said to the players, is the clean sheet. It's a real focus that we need to do moving forward. And if we get that right with the quality we've got in the final third, we'll be a real threat come the end of the season.
Yeah, thank you. A week off now from league action, nothing in the week. games wise, which is good for you in preparation, and then on to the Vars next Saturday. So yeah, Matt, what are you thinking about that?
No, look, it's obviously a competition that we're obviously one of the favourites to obviously get back to Wembley. The players, it gives us a good week on the training ground in terms of preparation for it. We did obviously have someone down there today watching them, but it got called off as they got there, which obviously isn't ideal. But we'll do our due diligence and obviously get to work on the training ground. And then we've obviously got a massive league game on Tuesday against Larfield. So we've got a big week. We can kind of spend one training night on the Vars and one training night on the league game, and then full focus on Saturday in the game. We just want to try. We need to get a big crowd. Like, fans have been brilliant again here today. Like, I think we've probably outnumbered their fans at their ground again today, which is brilliant. So we thank them for coming, but we want them to come. We've got to try and get 1,000 people in the ground next Saturday at home with all the kids, the families, youth teams, obviously our own support base, because it does make a difference certainly in those ties. So it's an exciting game. It's one that we're obviously going to try and win.
Absolutely. And finally, I couldn't help but noticing just how smart and sharp you're looking today, the pair of you. What's that all about?
That's it, yeah. The chairman got us a lovely new coat. It's very kind of him.